Alright, what up everybody? What up, what up, what up? Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of I don't even know what the hell you want to call this shit, but welcome back to another episode of whatever it is. And on this episode of whatever it is, I'm gonna be showing you how to sharpen your pencils. Now I know sharpening your pencils it doesn't really sound like something that's like, you know, something too amazing or something too difficult, but like, I tell you, having a nice sharp pencil, the way I'm gonna show you how to sharpen them, it plays a big, it plays a big part in getting your drawings, to that level, you know. So I'm gonna show you how I do that. Sharpen when I sharpen my pencils, it could take anywhere from 30 minutes. It's like a 30-minute process to like a whole hour. I sharpen like what? Probably sharpen like six different pencils, and on top of sharpening pencils, I also sharpen my erasers. It may sound funny, but I'll make sure I get the erasers nice and sharp because I don't only erase mistakes with the erasers. I do a lot of highlight work. Let's say like hair, things like hair strands and things like that. Shit on fabric, certain things that's on fabric. Certain highlights on the face. You need a nice eraser that looks. It's like a pencil point. So I mean, without saying too much of that, it's pretty much self-explanatory. That's what I'm gonna tell you about. And when you sharpen your pencils, you want your pencil to look something like that. That's a nice sharp pencil, something like that. I don't know if you can see that too well. Let me see if I can get the focus on that. Get my face out the picture. Doesn't matter. But yeah, you see what that's like. As you can see, I got the sun over my shoulder. Got the superpowers on today. But yeah, pretty much each pencil gets done like that, right? So what you'll need to accomplish that is basically one of these, a nice little blade, exacto blade. Yo, I had this blade. Shit, look how dirty this shit is. That shit is crazy. Imagine getting $150 with that. It's a wrap for you. But I had this blade for like shit. Fuck. Only like 15, 15 years, something like that. 15, 16-year-old. Yeah, this glare is crazy. I kind of like it, but I don't know. Get that glare, bro. That shit is crazy. Should I leave the glare? Let me think about it. It kind of adds to. It's kind of got like a crazy effect. Okay, we can do this like that. So yeah, basically you'll need one of these, and you'll need one of these. This is the most important part. An emery board. You can call these emery boards. I think you get them for like no more than $3. I don't know. I forgot how much. Sandpaper pad. It says sandpaper pad, but it's called an emery board, if I'm not mistaken. So basically, you would need one of that. A can helps because you're gonna be filing down the pencil point, and you're gonna have a lot of. It's gonna turn into powder graphite, and that you can use that shit. So you probably want to like collect the powder. You probably might want to collect the graphite shavings and shit. So I'll show you how to cut this basically. Um, a lot of my pencils are already cut and sharpened, so I'll show you. So basically, you would wanna like if you're carving, like I don't know if your father, your uncle, or your grandfather ever took you to like I don't know the park or something like that, and then he gave you a knife and like he's like seen him cutting sticks and shit like into arrowheads or some shit like that. But it's basically the same concept. You basically shave off the wooden part of the pencil. You know what I mean? Just kind of like shit. I don't know if you can see that. You put your thumb right there on the blade, and you just kind of like shave off the wooden part. This is easy shit. It's easy shit. You should know how to do this already. I mean, just cut it like that until you get a nice exposed pencil lead, and get all that wooden, get all that pencil lead, all that pencil wood off. Just leave that lead sticking out. Boom. See? Get that shit. circumcise that bitch. And then after you do that, you basically, I'm making a mess, making a mess all over my shit. So now, what I do is I just lay the emery board on the can and just start going in. Start, just shaving it down. Shaving it down until you get a nice point. You know what I mean? And that's all that is. And this glare is like really fucking up the... Anyway, as long as you can see that. You see, we just doing that. It's pretty easy. But like I said, depending on how many pencils you got here, it could take up to like an hour, depending on how many pencils you're sharpening. So it's a whole process, But I mean, you don't really need to sharpen your pencils that frequent, 7B is different. 7Bs and 8Bs take a little bit longer to sharpen because the lead is like real compressed. It's almost like 7B and 8B is a weird pencil because it's B lead is usually soft and dark, right? But on these 7Bs and 8Bs, the lead is compressed real tight. It almost feels like charcoal. It almost feels like a stone, sturdy piece of charcoal. So these take a little bit while to get to that real sharp point. But you could do it, as long as the lead is compressed hard, you could get that shit real thin and sturdy. And then you don't really have to keep sharpening H pencils. It's more B pencils. B pencils, you lose the point easier, so you might sharpen B pencils like that a little bit more frequent. Another way too to do it is you could get they got like pencils there that just hold lead. They got like a mechanical, it's like a metal holder, and you just put, big sticks of lead in it. And then, do I have it around me? Just give me a second. You get something like this. Do I have it in here? It's basically a lead sharp, so this right here. You basically stick the lead in there and you sharpen the lead. It's basically a lead sharpener. So if you just buy sticks of lead, you can get the lead sharpener. This is what an emery board looks like in the pack. That's another thing. You should always have like a nice case full of, backup erasers and shit like that. Look, lead for the mono zero. Some thin ass lead right there. Well, thin eraser cartridges or whatever the fuck. But yeah. Anyway, back to the main lesson at hand. Another thing is you could also sharpen your pencils too. I mean your erasers. This is for like if you're doing highlights in here, you might want to sharpen your pencil or your pencil eraser. You would just do it the same way. But I get like a separate emery board for that because you don't want to get lead on the eraser, just like I did right now. Yeah, you basically do the same thing. Like I said, it could take a while. The process takes a while. But I mean, it's so much worth it. See? Look, that's crazy. See? So what I do is I like to invest in a few erasers and get them all sharpened so I don't have to keep sharpening them. Same thing with pencils, have like backup ones that are already sharpened so you don't have to keep doing the process. And then another thing, you could even sharpen your mechanical pencils. Look how I got that. Look how sharp I got that shit. That's crazy right there. That's like the point of a needle right there. This one's a 2. No, bullshit. This is a 0.5 pencil. I got that shit down to like a 0.1 or some shit. This is ridiculous. basically just getting it real thin. That's thin as hell. See that? It's almost like a syringe. I call that to mosquito nose, mosquito mouth. That's mosquito mouth right there. But yeah, basically, that's how I sharpen my pencils. Hopefully that helps you out. I mean, like I said, it's important to have your pencils like really sharpened. It makes a hell of a difference in your drawings. It takes a while to do, but it's gonna help you out in the long run. So if you haven't tried it out that way, try it. Let me know how that works out for you. I'll be back next time. I think the next video I'll make, I think I'm gonna be working on the portrait a little bit more. And then within in between that, I'll give you a bit more tips on like how else to maintain your tools and like how to modify your tools and shit like that. So stay tuned. If you have anything to express, leave it in the comments. I'm pretty tough skinned dude, so if you got criticism, whatever, just leave it in the comments. If you got any questions or advice for me to pass on, leave it in the comments. All right, peace, y'all.